Hello, this is Simon Wickenden,
Hi, and I'm Martin Guthrie.
and we're back for our last video this time about Oracle licensing.
Okay, so licensing what in the cloud?
Today it's in the cloud. So today we're going to talk about how Oracle licensing works in some of the more well-known cloud suppliers, how Oracle licensing works in Oracle's cloud, and how that's different.
Okay, so actually what you're saying there is customers can run Oracle products such as Oracle Database in other cloud providers like Azure, AWS, not just in Oracle's own cloud platform.
Absolutely, and in fact, AWS will even supply you a cloud with a license attached.
Okay, certainly. So how does a customer license this then? Let's start with Azure.
Azure. Azure is probably the least cost-effective way of running Oracle in a cloud environment. With every Azure virtual core, what you have to do is have a license of Oracle Enterprise Edition, or for every 2 Azure cores, you'd need a license of Oracle Standard Edition.
So that's a traditional on-premise license.
Traditional on-premise license.
So we're now going to blend that license in with a cloud environment.
Correct.
Almost as if it's a managed service, you could say.
Basically, in this circumstance, Azure just acts as an infrastructure managed service, and you bring your own licenses for that.
Okay.
AWS is a little bit different. AWS, as long as you're running with hyper-threading turned on, which by default in AWS it is, it's 2 virtual cores needs a license, or if you're running standard edition, it's actually 4 virtual cores equals a socket. So slightly nicer license variant. The big difference is you don't just bring your own license. If you're running Standard Edition 2 or bizarrely Standard Edition 1, it is possible for AWS, for Amazon, to supply that license as part of your contract.
Okay. So again, more leading to a cross between a hosted solution and a full true cloud solution.
Correct. But the big thing is, in both of those, in Azure and AWS, it's a very restricted product set and a very restricted functionality set as well. For instance, you can't run RAC in either of them.
So basically, you put an application in the cloud and you run in a single instance database that way only?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You can create failover and high availability, but it's a single instance.
But you've got to wait for that to come back online again.
Correct.
And you're at the mercy of the hoster in that respect.
Absolutely. Other solution providers outside of Azure and AWS are not certified by Oracle, and there would be a very interesting conversation with each one about how you could bring your own license. There are no set rules, and it'll be negotiated on a case-by-case basis. So when we get there, that becomes very complicated. And again, we can help with that, but I wouldn't want to do it yourself.
There would be, I guess, some nuances where you might have a managed service provider who might be calling something a cloud offering, but
Absolutely.
not really.
But weirdly, then we're going back to the conversation we had on the last video around virtualization, not in terms of cloud licensing.
Okay, so every opportunity is different.
Yeah. The last thing to talk about is Oracle's cloud. Oracle's own cloud is actually very, very different. Pretty much all of the Oracle products are available in Oracle's cloud. So that's a much bigger benefit to where you are in the others. On a pay-as-you-go basis, so you can actually have them as part of your contract, so you don't need to bring your own licenses. If you have got your own licenses, however, you can use them. So if, for instance, you wanted to use the platform as a service model with Oracle, and you say you're using database as a service, and you want Oracle to manage it for you, you can take your own Enterprise or Standard Edition or Standard Edition 2 licenses into that environment. They just come off your license grant, so that's fine. There's no change there. It's a standard on-premise license, and you end up just paying the management cost rather than having to pay the management cost and the license. So it's a much cheaper way of using Oracle's platform as a service if you already own a license.
So what you're saying there, I guess, is that for a customer who's made a massive investment in Oracle licensing, and they have a desire to go to the cloud, or Oracle's cloud, should I say, they can actually take that investment, move it into the cloud, and I guess offset some of that cloud license cost. So if they bring their own license, do the subscriptions come down?
Absolutely, massively, in fact.
Okay.
And also, obviously, Oracle have an infrastructure service, so you could just commission some compute and use your own licenses in that, in a very similar way to AWS, actually. But none of the benefits of a platform service in that way.
Okay, now I guess Oracle will offer assistance. Maybe if the customer wants to migrate, there's a benefit to going from on-premise to migrating. Is there any help in the licensing side on while the dual purposing at that point, or?
Weirdly, not so much. There's not a lot of help in actually getting there. We can certainly sort of talk to the customers and work out how we can help them get there, possibly using term licensing, or possibly for the short term using pay-as-you-go licensing within that before bringing the licenses on board. But there are ways of doing it, but it's not as easy as you may think.
Okay, so
but
really,
again, a conversation worth having.
So if in doubt, get us involved.
Absolutely. And that pretty much wraps up the discussions that we were going to have throughout this enablement session. I hope you've joined us through at least some of the videos, if not all 7, and I hope you found them useful. Again, as per the other videos, in the notes section there will be a link that you can click through to get your mission red arrow points, but some other information packs in there as well with all the contact details.
Yeah, and I think on that very point about contact details, it's worth just, as this final video, re-emphasising the point about who's here to actually help you from Arrow. So we have 2 technical account managers, myself on the hardware engineered system side of the business, Simon on software and cloud. So we have a team of business development managers to manage it on a day-to-day basis, and quite an extensive quoting configuration team who again actually know all the licensing nuances and exceptions, etc., to actually help you through your deal process and licensing process, and also things such as deal registration. So please, look at the notes section, take the contact details, and please get us involved.
Well, that's it.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.